All right, so this is our level 3 video. So first, I don't think I mentioned in the other videos that for multiplying decimals, you don't have to line up the decimals. Okay, so that's just one little tidbit that I want you to be thinking about. So first thing we do is we do 6 times 1. So what's 6 times 1? It's 6. Okay, let me erase that. And then we're going to do 0 times 1. So what's 0 times 1? It's 0. And then we do 4 times 1. Okay, so 4 times 1 is 4. Okay. So then I'm going to cross out the 1 so we know that we're done with it. Okay. Now, since we're scooting over one place, I'm going to add a 0 in so that I know we're scooting to that 2. So now we do 6 times 2, which is 12. So I drop the 2, carry the 1. Then I do 0 times 2, which is 0, but I have that 1 up top, so that's 1. And then I do 4 times 2, which is 8. Okay. Now I'm going to cross off that 2 because I'm done with the 2. And since I have 2 x's, I'm going to put 2 zeros down. So in other words, I'm moving over 2 spaces where that x is and where that other x is so that I could get to the 3. Now I'm going to do 6 times 3. 6 times 3 is 18. Carry the 1. Then I do 0 times 3, which is 0, plus that 1 is 1. And then I do 4 times 3, which is 12. Okay, try and make it so that they're each in their own box. I know it's kind of hard to do. Each number in their own box. Okay, so then we just add them all together. So 6 plus 0 plus 0 is 6. 0 plus 2 plus 0 is 2. 4 plus 1 plus 8 is 13. 1 plus 8 plus 1 is 10. Carry the 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. And then we got 1. So now we have to figure out the decimal part of this. Okay. So we have 0 and 6 are both. So if I erase all this, I see that I have 4.06. That means I have 2 numbers behind the decimal. Remember, when I say behind the decimal, that's to the right of the decimal. Okay. I have 2 numbers behind the decimal there, and I have 2 numbers behind the decimal here. So that means I should have 4 numbers behind the decimal in my answer. Okay. So that means I'm going to I'm going to go start from here and go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to put my decimal right here after the 13. Okay, so this is a lot of steps, I know, but you just have to go slow. That's my only advice, is go slow, because it's easy to get messed up, but it's also pretty simple to just stay on track. Okay, so let's see. We're going to start over on the next one. So we're going to do 5 times 1. Oops, let me scoot my screen. Scoot my screen. And do 5 times 1, which is 5. And then we're going to do 0 times 1, which is 0. And then we're going to do 5 times 1, which is 5. Sorry, my screen is not. I'm going to scoot it all the way over so that I can write on there. So 5 times 1 is 5. Okay. So now I'm going to cross off that 1. Well, I'm going to really zoom in here. So I'm going to cross off that 1 because I just multiplied it out. And now since I'm scooching over to this 5, that next 5 on the bottom row, I'm going to put a 0 here. Oops, don't want that color. I want green. Okay. So the 0 helps me know to scooch over. Okay. Let me see if I can do this. Put me up here. All right. So now we're going to do a different color. Sorry. Different color. Okay, so we're going to do 5 times 5, which is 25. Goodness. Okay, I'm trying. My screen is not cooperating. Let me see if I can get this in a better spot. Zoom in. Do what I say. There we go. Okay, I think this should be better. Okay, so back to it. We're putting our 0 down. Let me scooch. There we go. Putting our 0 down because we're moving to that 5. Okay, now we're going to do 5 times 5, which is 25. So I put my 5 down, carry the 2. Now I'm going to do 0 times 5, which is 0, plus that 2 is 2.
Did anything happen to print over here just a second ago?
Yes, yeah, just right there.
So I may have got her hooked to you,
Yeah,
even though they never renamed it like I asked them
to D2.
to. She doesn't have to walk clean down the hall. That's where I asked them to get rid of some printers, because we had a whole bunch that were not even in this building, and then they didn't do anything. So
Yeah.
they went out on the.
Okay, sorry. So now we're doing 5 times 5, which is 25. And we write that down. Oh, I thought I spaced it right, but I didn't. All right, we'll put 25 there, and then I'll scooch back over. Okay, so now we're going to cross that 5 off. Now, since we're moving over 2 spots to that 2, we're going to add in 2 zeros before we start multiplying. And then we're going to do 5 times 2, which is 10. Carry the 1. Drop the 0, carry the 1. Now we're going to do 0 times 2, which is 0 plus that 1 is 1. And then we're going to do 5 times 2, which is 10. Okay? Remember, keep your numbers in separate boxes. Okay? It's going to help keep things straight. So now we can add them all together. So we got 5, 5, 7, 6. Oh, got a scoochie. 6. Doesn't look like a 6. Let's try that again. 6, 2, and 1. Now the last step is we got to figure out our decimals. So if I erase, please stop being so awful, screen. Okay. So if I erase everything up here, we can see that we have how many numbers we have behind the decimals. So we have 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. 4 numbers to the right of the decimal. So it's the same as the last problem. I'm going to count 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to put my decimal in between the 2 and the 6. All right. So see if you can try out 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These all look the same. 7, 8. And then you can move on to the more difficult stuff.